What is going on, guys? I really hope all of you are doing great out there. Finally, I just got the new Nanmu 3.0 Tyrannosaurus. I was a little surprised. I was like, I don't remember if I ordered both. I thought I just got the brown, and I saw the green on here. I was like, oh, did I get the green? I don't really... But no, I did. I got the brown, which is nice from the first movie, Rexy. Just through the plastic, she looks really, really awesome. One thing that I will state that is freaking me out is what's with the nuts and bolts here? I have no idea what that's for. I guess I have not been paying enough attention to the release to know what that is for. Box looks really good. Oh, so cool. Can't wait. Can't wait. I will state again, with these articulated figures, they are much smaller than the statues. That's just something you have to get used to. And that's something that I had to get used to. So right out of the box, right when I opened this, I actually didn't even know this was for me. I thought this was something for my girlfriend. It said like New York or whatever on. I was like, what the hell did she buy? And like I opened it and I was like, oh man, it's for me. So it's kind of funny. It looks really, really good. Her eyes are looking forward, which is interesting. So let's get this out. And like I said, she's a little bit smaller than the rest of the Rexes they've come out with. Even the Alpha, I think it was the 2.0. I should have almost every iteration of the Rex that Nanmu has had. There wasn't a much earlier one. Okay. Will I need hot water for that joint? Probably not. If I do, I will get it. I don't think I will, though. So, I don't even remember when I ordered this, so probably around 6 months ago. Not that long. I will say, I just had some Godzilla stuff ordered. Very excited for that. A little giveaway. So, stay tuned. Please come for the next video. Are these for the stand? This is to build the stand? Well, that's weird. Considering, I mean, I have one right here that I brought from my... I don't remember what figure I got this with, but I'm sure it was a Nanmu. Yeah, it is a Nanmu. It says Nanmu Studio on the stand. And look, now you actually have to use the nuts and bolts and build your stand. Is that just for me? Did all of you have to do this? That's wild. It looks like you get 2 stands, though, so that's nice. I don't know if they're exactly the same or if one's shorter and one's longer. There's 2 bases in there. I'm probably never going to build that, and I'll just use my access stands that I have, which is kind of nice. So let's see this Rex body and tail out. With the knife. Tail is really nice, moves really nice. The colors are really great. This is definitely our Jurassic Park Rex. This is the only color variation of the Rex that I don't have. I have Buck, the Obsidian, and then the novel, and then now finally the first movie. Why does she have tape on her legs here? That's interesting. Remove that tape. I feel like I'm one of the last people to get this thing here. Her face. Wow. So cool. Now I can already tell right off the bat that the material that they used to make the teeth is different on this than what they used to make the statues. Just because I can see things around the teeth that they're rougher, they're not as sharp, they're softer. They're not like Mattel rubber soft, but that is one thing that I do notice. But I will say this right out of I mean, when I was looking in the box, I told you, I said her eyes are looking forward. They look really good. And look at that straight look. They're looking straight, dead straight at you, which is it's a more rare thing that I feel like I've seen for figures, is to have the eyes absolutely dead on perfect. So whoever did this, I commend you. Thank you. That is so cool. The bumps on the fenestra, the stripes there. Nostrils aren't black, but that's fine. I'm sure, I mean, I could do that if I really felt like it was a big deal, huh? Look at the color. A lot of black, browns, tan. Looks so good. I mean, very plain, but good. Very realistic, as I feel a female T-Rex might have been this color. I feel like the males might have been a little bit brighter. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, no way. Oh, cool. So the articulation is absolutely amazing. Much better than their V-Rex. Much better than their Raptors. This is the best articulation we've gotten from them. So now they're seasoned. They know what they're doing. They've completely improved upon the last models. I mean, that's the one really cool thing about Nanmu is you can't really say that for other, giant companies, but for someone like Nanmu, you can, that they are consistently or continuously evolving. Which is really cool. 10 out of 10 so far, guys. Toes articulate, I just noticed that right now. So cool. It really is important if you want dynamic poses, because when their feet lifted when they walked, you would do more of a stance like that, as the foot is lifting, taking the weight off, and the toes are lifting up with that. And much like how we see everything move, not just birds, everything does that pretty much with their feet. So that's really cool. I love that. I do have the Jurassic Jeep, but it's not in scale, so I would like to find one that's in scale that she could like step on and or tilt over and eat the tire. So that's so cool. Let me see if I can get the tail on so we can really see it. Joint sticking out. Joint seems small, so I shouldn't need hot water. Let's see here. Come on. Clicked in perfectly. I will say that took all my strength, all my measly strength that I could muster up. So I got a little scared there at the end. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna need hot water. She is perfect. Really, really awesome figure. This is insane, guys. The articulation is amazing. The point of balance, I'd like to bring that up, is really, really good. The point of balance is really close to the middle here, and I can feel that as I'm playing with it. And that's something that I really should bring up a lot more, is I've had in the comments in the past people say, how are you standing that up? How are you? And it's like, a lot of times if you just find the point of balance, but I mean, we all know some figures are just, they don't have that, but some do. And let's see if I can put my money where my mouth is and get her to stand up without a stand, correct? Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Let's straighten her feet out here. Get the tail out, body. Oh boy. Let me stand up. Do we need a stand with this? This is me on camera freaking out that I'm not going to mess up in front of you guys, you know what I mean? So I'm really trying hard. And that was just fast. And she's standing up. No stand. Now, I mean, that doesn't look like the best stance to have her in. Let's see if let's tighten her legs, have her stand up. Let's get her up here. Roaring up at the fence. Easy to do, but the tip of her tail is touching the ground. I will admit that. So you have a little bit of a tripod thing here. So let's do that without the... I think I can do it. And by the way, the table that I'm on is like a freaking plastic picnic table. It's one of those big ones with the offs, it's super offset. And then the light box that I have isn't very straight either. Oh, it wants to. It wants to straighten out. Let's do this. Come on. Come on, baby. Could you guys get her in a pose alone without building that crazy stand? Yes, I would feel like. Of course, I'm having trouble on camera with you guys, but it can be done. Her feet are not as big as, when it comes to comparisons, let's start with the comparisons so you guys can see what size she is. You can get her to the stand up. It's going to take a little bit of work, but it can be done, especially if you put that tail down like that. Or if you use a little stand right here, that would really make it go a lot faster. It could be done. I don't want to sit on here for 20 minutes trying to figure that out, find the balance points, but it works. Inside of the mouth, regular, as in typical Nanmu fashion. In typical Nanmu fashion, very well done. Lots of pinks, lots of details, lots of shiny glossiness in there. Really looks, you know, realistic. But she is small, but not too small. So it's not like the Indoraptor, I will say. That was extremely small. So let's get her next to some of our other Nanmu figures and maybe a couple of other dinosaur figures that you guys may have. So here is her next to the V-Rex from King Kong 2005. Our V-Rex is about, oh my gosh, more than double the width. Head, much larger. The size difference. So she's just a little bit smaller. I would say about maybe, that's kind of a hard thing. I mean, like 30% smaller than I think the figures that you're used to. But like I said, it's not like the Indoraptor where you're like, whoa, what the, you know, because it was so small. My first Rex that I ever got, I don't remember if this is, I don't think this is my first Nanmu, but this is definitely one of the first. This is the Obsidian King. Now this is the fixed statue. And look at the size difference. That's actually really crazy because this Obsidian King is much larger. Look at the head size difference. But what I really wanted to compare it to, obviously, you guys just saw the comparison. The same thing from Nanmu, but buck. How do they look together was my question. Do we have a male-female scenario? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I don't necessarily know about the bird world, but when it comes to reptiles, when it comes to like crocodilians especially, the males are larger, typically. Always larger, much larger. So this looks quite perfect to me. Like an adult female alligator may be like 8 feet. Maybe 9 feet. It can happen. I've seen them, but that's extremely rare. They're not going to get over 10 as a female. But so they look, they really pair together well. They look like a couple or a pack, really. Kind of cool. Really cool, actually. I love that. That's awesome. This one, take out the base, and this one. Another really good comparison. Another Rex, my last Rex. This is the, oh my God, I forget the name. But I know it's from the novel. Alpha 2.0, maybe, I think. I'll never forget when this came out for pre-order, how excited I was by the color. And how excited a lot of people were. Like, it was a big deal. And then I read the novel at around that time. I'm not a big book person. I think I like 10 books max, which is sad. I should be a bigger reader, but I read it for the first time, loved it, such a fun book, and I love that this was the color pattern of the Rex in the book, which is really cool. And of course, there is a size difference. She's a little scaled down compared to Alpha, the buck or the obsidian that we saw just a second ago. She's a little bit smaller, but still much larger than our new Rex here. But she's not so small that she doesn't fit in with the rest. That's my thing. If she was like, that's the problem with me, is the Indoraptor is so dang tiny, it doesn't really fit with everything else, and it's hard to see the Indoraptor with everything else. So I have her like dynamically on one of my, on my Panthera Leo Atrox cast skull. I know I'm sorry. So I have that figure on top of a big lion cast skull. doing a dynamic pose, because it doesn't go with the rest of the Nanmus just because of the size. That's just me. We're all different. But I'm very happy that she's not too small, that she would not fit in with the rest. They all look very, very good together. I can't wait to put them all together. It's going to be awesome. This Rex, absolutely stunning with that color. I wish we got that in this. What the heck? I'm 32 now. I grew up with Jurassic Park. It's 32 years old. I want to see more stuff like this. And also, it was kind of funny is back in the day, they did paint one of the Rex figures this color when I was a kid, which is kind of cool. I think it was by Kenner. Yeah. So pretty neat. I want to see some different stuff. That's why I love the Obsidian Rex. And the Once in Future, the Mountain one by Nanmu that has the stripes and the blue eyes that looks strikingly like the one from Rebirth, was a figure that I almost got several times, which is really cool. So if you get any of these Rexes that I showed you, any of them, they're all wins, literally. They're all awesome. I love them all equally. And I wish I was like a stop motion guy, because God knows what you could do with this thing, you know? It'd be so much fun. Let's see it next to a Rebor Disney's Dinosaur Carnotaurus Rex. Now they're pretty close, actually. Really close. Look at the tails. That's funny, huh? Pretty close. So these are very near in size. I love that. This is the original, the first version that you can get. I know there's a second version you can get too that's a little bit more updated. They look great. Last but not least, comparison with a Creative Beast Studio. Creative Beast Studio and a... Oh, gosh. I forget the other name. I think it's Savage Crucible. Savage Crucible. The Lemurian Lizard Guard. Don't judge me. This is how it's been since I reviewed this beautiful Allosaurus. I decided to put a Star Wars Blurg saddle on it and then put this Lemurian Lizard Guard riding it, because it just makes so much more sense to me. But the size difference, very striking. This Lemurian Lizard Guard could not ride this Rex. This Rex would be too small. Compared to this Allo, look at the size difference. It's about double, man. Or at least close to that. Very close. Just the head size is pretty striking. They are near, but the snout, the back of the head just really does... It really is much, much larger than this Nanmu. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, for someone who's weird like me, I can't get my weird little lizard people figures to ride my dinosaurs, my other Nanmus. But it works perfectly fine for this. So you're looking at size comparisons. It is not close at all. We all know Allosaurus was smaller than T-Rex. But still, they look... All of them look absolutely great together. Absolutely love this figure. Look at the detail on the belly. Larger scales, like an alligator belly. Arms articulate. Fingers do not. They don't have to do that, I guess. The neck really articulates. The range of motion is absolutely insane. It couldn't bite its own tail, but it's a half crescent moon. It's pretty good. Really good, actually. So on the other end, it's pretty impressive. I love that Nanmu did this. I really do. It is so cool. I do love statues, but it is nice to be able to pick something up and move it around and like see it change and stuff. That's really cool. That Rex looks absolutely phenomenal. I will say on the inside of the mouth here, it would look like at the bottom I could see where all the teeth are attached. Do you see that white thing there? The statues don't have that. They all look like they're individually put on, which is kind of crazy. So, all in all, if this is available, do you get it for around $100? Yeah, I think so. I think it's really awesome. I think if you're a Jurassic Park person, if you're a dinosaur person, I know this isn't the, quintessential, the actual scientifically accurate T-Rex, but still, this is a movie monster and a real animal that is stained in everyone's mind, everyone's brain, everyone. You can ask everyone, what's a T? You know, they would point out the one from Jurassic Park, which is really cool. So this is one of the most famous movie monsters / real creatures. And that's really cool that they got this much respect, and kind of turned all of us kids, a lot of us kids, into dinosaur lovers and made us all into psychotics, which is so funny that they did that to us. And now I'm still buying this stuff at, 32. So it's so cool. They did such a good job. Do you see the spider that's right here, guys? Can you see that spider? The spider is crawling. It was crawling down the T-Rex, and now it's crawling up the web onto my finger. I'm gonna put it on the T-Rex, and then I will take the spider outside, I promise. Charlotte's Web over there. She agrees. She's like, it looks great. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out this beautiful Nanmu T-Rex. Get it if you can. They should be on Big Bag Toy Store, Dan's Dinosaurs, and other websites. So go ahead, buy it. It's worth it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Until the next time we meet.